Hi guys, welcome back to Joe's RC Corner, and today we're going to continue working on the Giles 202 from Midwest. Alright guys, so welcome back. As you saw in the last video, we were sheeting the vertical stabilizer, which has been completed now. That's all been sheeted using the 16th inch balsa sheeting that was supplied. And we've already framed up the rudder here. I've got a little bit of sanding to do, a little bit of on the pieces, and then we'll get these glued in. These are the doublers in the corners where pieces are going to be sanded on. So let me go ahead and grab a little bit of the thin CA here just to touch up this area here that came apart. And then what we'll do with this piece is we're going to go ahead and sand this together all at one time and make sure those edges are straight. Same thing with the doubler for the control surface here. So I'm going to take this over to my sander and get these two sides sanded up nicely. I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece off because I need to clean up some of the wood glue that dried up around this. So we'll pull this off the paper really quick here and we'll get this piece out. Grab my razor knife. Razor blade will work. There we go. So you want a nice clean corner for the glue to stick to here. Now it'll fit nicely right up into that corner. We're going to go ahead and pin that back down. Now the other piece that I need to put in there is a hardwood mount, which is down in this bag here. And this hardwood mount is for the control horn to go through. And that should meet up into this box. And as you can see, it doesn't really fit properly in there, so we need to make sure this is square. Grab some medium CA for this. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of medium CA. We're going to put it in the corner and then spread it out around the edge here. We're going to squeeze this in there really tight. Right into that corner. Because now this piece needs to fit right into this groove here. We're going to use a little bit of wood glue for that. Looks like this area needs to come this way a little bit more. Okay, we're ready to go. We'll get our wood glue here. And we'll smush that right into the corner here nicely. Get a cloth to wipe my hands with here. There we go. We'll just let that cure. Now, while we're waiting for this piece to dry, I think what we'll end up starting here just spread that glue out here on this. There we go. So now we'll go ahead and we're going to start making these cross members to go inside here. And it looks like those are going to be out of 1/4 by 3/8. So that will be, let me see if I have any spares laying around here. This right here is 1/4 by 3/8. So what we'll do first is we're going to go ahead and put this piece in. Get my razor blade here. Cut that one. All right, and we'll just continue on these crossbars here. So we'll be back when this is all dry, and we'll be adding the wood for the hinges, the extra meat in the rudder sections. But we're going to get this dried up and off the table, and then we'll be able to start looking at getting the hinging done. And then the tail feathers are practically done, ready to cover, and then we'll be able to start working on the wing next, because my wing tube did come in. And I'll get you all the details of that once we start building the wing panels. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, so this is going to be the end of the video. So we've gotten all of the tail feathers are pretty much done. As you can see here, the rudder is now completed. I made a little bit of, took some of the sawdust that I've had, that I made up while sanding this. Made a little bit of wood filler with the wood glue and the sawdust, and I was able to go ahead and get some of the points here filled in, as well as all the pinholes from pinning it to the board are all filled, and I'll be able to do one last sanding on this, and that'll make a nice strong rudder assembly here with the dried, with the wood filler, and you won't even see any of the joints from that. So that part is completed. Actually, I need to put a little bit more right here. Just noticed while I'm doing it here, I'll show you. Just spackle it on there. And don't put too much, because you don't want to have to sand a whole lot off, but there we go. And now when I sand that, you won't even see that joint anymore, and you won't even feel it. So that'll be good to go. So we're going to set this aside and let that dry. But wanted to show you how that matches up to the vertical stabilizer. There's still some sanding that needs to be done, but as you can see, that all fits together nicely, just like so. Looks great. I really love this open structured design on the tail feathers, or on the control surfaces. They look really nice. Would be beautiful if we could use the transparent. But because of the pin hinges, I'm going to have to add those pieces of wood in here to add to spread the load of that pinned hinge. So we're going to go ahead and do that off camera. It's not really much more than what we've done on here. It's just cutting a couple pieces of scrap wood, gluing them together, and then gluing them inside here. So that way when I drill for the hinge, it'll be have a little bit more surface area for the glue to adhere to. But like I said, tail feathers are now completed. The next video we'll be starting to lay out the wing panels and trying to figure out how we're going to use the wing tube in there. I'm going to go ahead and show that to you. I'm going to put this aside and we'll show you the wing tube that I got. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, so here's the wing tube that we're going to be utilizing to make the wing a plug-in wing. It is a 1 1/4 inch aluminum tube. I got it from Zeroli. They have the multiple different sizes of the aluminum tube with the cardboard sleeve. So that'll work out fine, 36-inch long. And I'll leave the link to in the description of where I got this from. So if you guys are interested in this modification. So that's pretty much it for today. The next video, like I said, we'll start working on that wing. We want to get the wing panels done first, find out where the hole is going to be for the wing tube on the wings, and then we can figure out where it needs to be on the fuselage and work from there. I'm going to try to get it as close to the center of gravity as I can. I like using the wing tubes to balance the aircraft, so that'll work great. I'm going to have to buy some more balsa wood to recreate the full-size section of the sides of the fuselage, because normally the wing was cut up on the top up here. I don't know if you can see it in that camera there, but so normally this whole section was fuselage, but now I need to bring that all the way down to approximately here, probably about right here actually. Excuse me, I'll have to bring the fuselage sides solid down to here now, and then we'll have the stringers on here, and then we'll sheet these stringers in the front section. The back half is going to be open structure with the stringers, just like it did before. The other modification that we're going to be looking at here is this top section here. If you can see it in that camera, we'll do a zoom in on here. This section here is all going to be hatch now. So I'm going to have to double up some of this area on the top surface, and then we'll make the hatch separate from the fuselage and probably put little tabs here for bolts, little bolts that go in here, and it's going to plug into the firewall up here. So should be an interesting section here. So definitely make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, guys. And I'll see you on the next video. Keep building, keep flying. I appreciate everybody's support, and see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.